Hi, greetings. I'm going to do a little reading from Hell's Angels, a strange and terrible saga by Hunter S. Thompson. California, Labor Day weekend. Early, with ocean fog still in the streets. Outlaw motorcyclists wearing chains, shades, and greasy Levi's roll out from damp garages, all-night diners, and cast-off one-night pads in Frisco, Hollywood, Purdue, and East Oakland, heading for the Monterey Peninsula, north of Big Sur. The menace is loose again. The Hell's Angels, the 100-carat headline, running fast and loud on the early morning freeway. Low in the saddle, nobody smiles, jamming crazy through traffic, and 90 miles an hour down the center stripe, missing by inches. Like Genghis Khan on an iron horse, a monster steed with a fiery anus, flat out through the eye of a beer can and up your daughter's leg, with no quarter asked and none given. Show the squares some class. Give 'em a whiff of those kicks they'll never know. Ah, these righteous dudes, they love to screw it on. Little Jesus, the Gimp, Chocolate George, Buzzard, Zorro, Hambone, Clean Cut, Tiny, Terry the Tramp, Frenchie, Moldy Marvin, Mother Miles, Dirty Ed, Chuck the Duck, Fat Freddy, Filthy Phil, Charger Charlie the Child Molester, Crazy Cross, Puff, Magoo, Animal, and at least 100 more. Tense for the action, long hair in the wind, beards and bandanas flapping, earrings, armpits, chain whips, swastikas, and stripped-down Harleys flashing chrome as traffic on 101 moves over, nervous to let the formation pass like a burst of dirty thunder. They call themselves Hell's Angels. They ride, rape, and raid like marauding cavalry, and they boast that no police force can break up their criminal motorcycle fraternity. True, the Man's Magazine, August 1965. They're not bad guys, individually. I'll tell you one thing, I'd rather have a bunch of Hell's Angels on my hands than these civil rights demonstrators. When it comes to making trouble for us, the demonstrators are much worse. Jailer, San Francisco City Prison. Some of them are pure animals. They'd be animals in any society. These guys are outlaw types who should have been born 100 years ago. Then they would have been gunfighters. Bernie Jarvis, a charter member of the Hells Angels who later became a San Francisco Chronicle police reporter. We're the 1%ers, man. The 1% that don't fit and don't care. So don't talk to me about your doctor bills and your traffic warrants. I mean, you get your woman and your bike and your banjo, and I mean, you're on your way. We've punched our way out of 100 rumbles, stayed alive with our boots and our fists. We're royalty among motorcycle outlaws, baby. A Hell's Angel speaking for the permanent record. The run was on. Outlaws from all over the state rolled in packs toward Monterey. North from San Bernardino and Los Angeles on 101. South from Sacramento on 50. South from Oakland, Hayward, and Richmond on 17. And from Frisco on the Coast Highway. The hardcore, the outlaw elite, were the Hells Angels, wearing the winged death's head on the back of their sleeveless jackets and packing their mamas behind them on big chopped hogs. They rode with a fine, unwashed arrogance, secure in their reputation as the rottenest motorcycle gang in the whole history of Christendom. From San Francisco in a separate formation came the Gypsy Jokers, 36 in all, the number 2 outlaw club in California, starved for publicity, and with only one chapter, the Jokers could still look down on such as the Presidents, Road Rats, Night Riders, and question marks. Also from the Bay Area, Gomorrah, with Sodom 500 miles to the south in the vast, mad bowl of Los Angeles. Home turf of the Satan's Slaves, number 3 in the outlaw hierarchy. Custom bike specialists with a taste for the flesh of young dogs, flashy headbands, and tender young blondes with lobotomy eyes. The slaves were the class of Los Angeles, and their women clung tight to the leather backs of these dog-eating, crotch-busting fools as they headed north for their annual party with the Hells Angels, who even then viewed the L.A. bunch with friendly condescension, which the slaves didn't mind, for they could dump with impunity on the other southern clubs, the Coffin Cheaters, Iron Horsemen, Galloping Gooses, Comancheros, Stray Satans, and a homeless fringe element of human cankers so foul that not even the outlaw clubs, north or south, would claim them except in a fight when an extra chain or beer bottle might make the crucial difference. Over and over again I have said that there is no way out of the present impasse. If we were wide awake, we would be instantly struck by the horrors which surround us. We would drop our tools, quit our jobs, deny our obligations, pay no taxes, observe no laws, and so on. Could the man or woman who is thoroughly awakened do the crazy things which are now expected of him or her every moment of the day? Henry Miller, in The World of Sex. 1,000 copies printed for J&H for Friends of Henry Miller, 1941. People will just have to learn to stay out of our way. We'll bust up everyone who gets in our way. A Hells Angel talking to police. On the morning of the Monterey Run, Labor Day, 1964, Terry the Tramp woke up naked and hurting all over. The night before, he'd been stomped and chain-whipped outside an Oakland bar by 9 Diablos, a rival East Bay cycle club. I'd hit one of their members earlier, he explained, and they didn't appreciate it. I was with 2 other angels, but they left a little bit before me, and as soon as they were gone, these bastard Diablos jumped me outside the bar. They messed me up pretty good, so we spent half the night looking for them. The search was futile. And just before dawn, Terry went back to Scragg's house, small house in San Leandro, where he was living with his wife and 2 children. Scraggs, a 37-year-old ex-pug who once fought Bobo Olson, was the oldest angel then riding, with a wife and 2 children of his own. But when Terry came down from Sacramento that summer to look for a job in the Bay Area, Scraggs offered bed and board. The 2 wives got along, the kids meshed, and Terry found a job on the assembly line at a nearby General Motors plant. In itself a tribute to whatever human flexibility remains at the shop level in the American labor movement. For Terry, at a glance, looks hopelessly unemployable, like a cross between Joe Palooka and the Wandering Jew. He's 6 foot 2 inches tall, 210 pounds heavy, with massive arms, a full beard, shoulder-length black hair, and a wild, jabbering demeanor not calculated to soothe the soul of any personnel specialist. Beyond that, in his 27 years, he has piled up a tall and ugly police record, a multitude of arrests, from petty theft and battery to rape, narcotics offenses, and public cunnilingus. And all this without a single felony conviction, being officially guilty of nothing more than what any spirited citizen might commit in some drunk or violent moment of animal weakness. End of part 1.